Alright, here we go.
Oh.
That's much different, huh?
Yep.
Ship Z. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Ship Z. Titans. Rory Team 2. Located at the top left. And on our top right, the other Titans player, Knights. They're going to be up against the serious, awesome team, which is the Asemboler. Bottom right. Tiltern. And we have Kenny, also on the assembly. He is bottom left in the purple H.O.T.S. Game gets off really quick, ladies and gentlemen, and goes into a bloodbath. What do you think, Kenny? This is a rough game.
It is a very rough game. I personally can say that I made a significant amount of mistakes, but we definitely gave them a run for their money.
This is war. This is how it works. Probe scouting in. Oh yes, I did find that probe scouting in my base. Get out of here, probe, you son of a... You know, interesting enough, he just checks the ramp, turns back around. He comes back later, and I noticed him.
Yeah, he does the exact same thing on my base.
He doesn't want to know positions. He got a double gateway for the Knights from the Titan clan. Top right, he's going for the quick gate. We got a quick second hatch, very standard. Spawning pool, not bad. Pretty normal, pretty normal opener from all of us.
Yep.
Got a cybernetics coming out early for you.
Yeah, I personally make the choice not to do T-Gate and Cybercore because this game I'm planning on opening up with a Stargate very early in order to do a quick bit of harass while you hit the front of the Protoss' base.
See.
Because I believe what we're discussing in the game right about now.
I sit there for a moment, checking his ally out. He was really concerned about his ally. Oh, he tried to be ready for his attack. He wanted to move it down, didn't he? Me going into my fast mech style. Kenny. Just watch Kenny's camera for a while. Working those depths. Don't you do some early adept pressuring on the guys? Or was that the other game?
That was the other game. This game,
Let's
the Adepts actually end up dying pretty fast.
We got an early scout off on them. And you know, they only scouted our reps, like I said, and then they came back, but we had blocked it already.
One of the key things that ends up affecting at least my game a lot is we focus very hard onto the Protoss, and the Zerg goes completely unattacked and completely unscouted, which ends up being incredibly detrimental to my general livelihood in the moment.
Your general livelihood, eh? Alright. We deflected that attack quite handily, no problem. We decided to push out early with the Cyclones. Which I think we do, yeah, we should have went for the Zerg, maybe. I should have maybe made some Hellions and pressuring that Zerg. Knowing that he went for that fast second hatch, I think that would have been the correct move on my end. Maybe some adept pressure from you, Hellions by me. But I had already committed to the Cyclones, which quite honestly, if I had not made, I would have taken much more damage from that mothership poke. Oracle moving in.
Oracle waits to move in until your Cyclones fade out the photon really charge at the front.
Very nice.
And Oracle's going to start falling. A little bit of odd micro there, pulling away his probe, but in the end, Oracle gets...
You were getting quite a few kills on that guy. Oracle...
12, 13, I back them all.
13! Woo!
And eventually, I end up deciding to focus down the 2 sentries at the cost of my 1 Oracle, because that then allows the second order Oracle to get in and do even more damage. Putting the Protoss down to 11, 10 probes.
Gosh, well you got work done with that thing, man. More than I realized.
The Stalker finally chases me away.
Okay, E opens up all the camera views. Good. For a moment I had them in the dark. I want to see what they're up to here. So our Zerg player, Rory, decided to go, ooh. Ah, yeah, he was specking into that roach bush. Yep.
Yeah.
I see.
So, very briefly, there are going to be an incredibly large number of roaches bearing down on my natural expansion. And one of the issues I'm going to face is I'm going adept right now. I'm going hard into adepts.
Right.
And I get resonating glaives. As soon as I see the roaches, I start switching into stalkers. But he shuts down my my Twilight Council before I can get blink.
Ah, I see. And
So,
I have almost no army at this moment, like none.
if I had gotten blink much faster, it would have been a far easier deflection on this roach push that's about to be hitting me in maybe a minute's time. And of course, the Protoss win behind Goderic Shrine.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a, you know, it didn't come into play early enough, I felt like. This Zerg push, that did some work, I gotta say. That definitely was pretty effective for this guy.
Since that way enough, I don't even notice the first time it's attacking me. Here, because I'm busy fully fighting with the Oracle.
Ooh, it's a heavy fight. Yeah, those roaches, man, they got some work in them.
And you can see I'm not micro.
No.
Destroying the Protoss further. And then I look back to my base and I'm like, oh god, there are so many things in my base. Where did these come from?
Yeah, I'm trying this new mech style, which I gotta say, it's really hard to get the hang of. Early mech, not the, you know, traditional mech. To get out there and fight a mech. That was a nice overcharge, though, I gotta say. My two little Hellbats walking over sadly. I try to do a little dropship play with them to help out.
I'm also suffering somewhat from the fact that I do not make gates fast enough for the third base that I'm about to have up, so my production is lacking severely, especially once he shuts down this robo for the first time. Nice little bit of collaboration we have going here, medevac healing up my adept.
Yeah, that always helps. When you got nothing else, medevac heal.
And the road push.
I think I had just went home to take care of some adepts in my base. I had a little bit of Protoss pressure in my base simultaneously. Which I probably should not have sent all those units home, didn't you? You know things are going rough when you're using your Hellions to try to poke away roaches. Hellbats can take a little more damage, but they're only going to tank,
across the map,
you know?
right now. Plus an additional 10 lanes.
Oh yeah.
Across.
Yeah, they're running across. And you know what really sucks is that I lose my Hellbats here. And if I had kept them alive with wings, it would have deflected that much better.
And I'm trying to get one portal out. So on the robo, you can see that it's still very, very close to being done. Bad positioning on the stalkers, let's need it wrapped around, but I do manage to touch it.
Right. Yeah, you handled that alright.
And now, both of my key tech structures are about to go down.
Yeah, Rory, man, on the Titans, he really gets a lot of work done early with these roaches. That really paid off. It was a good decision for him to go that build. I think he did it blindly, but he took a third behind this. So we actually got more use out of him than we knew off the gate.
Yeah.
They're just melting everything that I have.
Yeah.
I haven't even started my upgrades, you haven't either. We're so busy with this constant pressure, and he's sending more and more across all the time.
Although, to be fair, I think they've started. Oh, part of the reason this push is so effective that I didn't even notice in the middle of the game was that these roaches have +1/+1 by now.
Yeah, he timed it out. He did the actual traditional +1/+1 and speed. They had their increased movement speed and their +1/+1 before they pushed. Which is, you know, that's good. That's how I do it when I play the Roach. You know, but he didn't have enough Ravagers morphed in any. If he had some Ravagers, that would have made it, you know, sufficiently harder to fight, I think. Because you can zone out with the Bile. So nice.
Zone out and force move command micro.
Yeah, exactly.
Which means you're not shooting. Here, he makes a key mistake. There is no reason for him not to just overwhelm with the
right, exactly. He should have pressured in the main door, or maybe the expo. And I was struggling
He
with
killed
gas.
my entire army and gone for my third base, but instead he tries to charge up my ramp, which allows me. I have 60 roads here. I don't need as many roads. How many I have to? I've got 50 workers, which means I'm outworked. I have more workers than reserve right now. So
the cleanup is real right here, finally.
Yeah.
I don't think my Liberator got one beneficial shot in, but at this moment, I'm finally getting my eco moving a little better. I've got the harassment from the Protoss bugging the out of me. But, we start getting some production going on here. Definitely, like we say.
I finally have my blink on the way.
I want to see how many workers.
You have 25, 27 workers. I have 40 workers.
See.
Blue has actually recovered very nicely with
he
57 workers.
My worker count was so low. It was abysmal at the beginning of this game. I really did not do well on my eco. But I took a few hits, but still, I didn't pump out like I should. However, you know what? I forgot. No, I had plenty, because I had so many mules in this game. I would rain them down in clusters of 5 mistakes constantly.
Well, the biggest issue for you in harassment, in terms of your economy, as the game goes on, is the DT harassment.
Yeah, it was a pain.
Which is constant.
I should have had more ravens. I'm still getting used to this build. Look, he's oversaturated this third. He is so busy trying to get these minerals. This was a pretty nice engage for us. I should have targeted the Nexus right off the gate. I know we kill it here, but I could have melted it with those cyclones if I just focus fired it. We zoned out pretty well. The roaches come from the back end, which was a nice maneuver by him to wait. If he had engaged straight on from the top, he would have had it sealed out. I still wasn't watching him on this engagement, which was my fault. I had the barracks behind and everything.
And now Blue has a very odd motion going for Tempest.
Right, and he does have the bio here.
On, I believe, one Stargate.
Right.
Yeah, one Stargate Tempest.
I'm not sure what he was thinking with that. Yeah, that decision.
But now this large wraparound of Hydra's ferocious Ravagers is going to into this push.
Liberator's get a good bit of shot talk here between the fighting bio and down.
And at the end of the day, we did end up taking down 2 bases.
Exactly. Yeah.
At the cost of our fairly easy to replenish.
Yeah, fairly replaceable, yeah.
And at the end of the day, the supplies are fairly equal, but our income is toppling over there.
Yes, definitely. We've got definitely more tech eco than they do. We're upgrading much heavier. Not my berry, you monster! No! Oh, that hurts. I mean, what? You know, that was unnecessary. Yeah, and they kept crippling my fourth. You know, and the sad thing is, I never realized we could have taken those spots. You do get some of your mines over there, but I totally don't take mine as I should.
I do end up taking this base down.
Yeah.
Or I guess near the middle left.
I do believe Zerg gets the notion that he's gonna go for another push, and he masses up toward the middle here. Sees what he can get done. He's met strongly.
And knowing that I will have some of my more important tech out coming soon, namely my disruptors, I go ahead and cancel
under attack.
that base, because I know there's no way I can get it up. I even said, as I was putting it up, that this is probably going to die.
Right.
If we can't hold it, there's no reason to hold it.
Yep, I remember that, yep.
And now the disruptors are starting. Which way? I'm supply blocked. One thing you may notice about my play is I get supply blocked fairly constantly.
It happens to the best of us, kidding.
Hence the reason why I only have one.
How many times did they kill this base up here, man? Oh, in comes the cavalry. Oof.
Nice tag on the Oracle.
Yeah, it was a nice tag.
But if we were to look at what Knight's army consists of, it's a handful of gateway units, 2 Tempests, and 2 Archons.
Yeah, he really was lacking. The Zerg was doing a much better job in this game. I'm not really positive what the Protoss' strategy was. I mean, he was doing his upgrading, yeah, you can see that. You know, he's pumping out Immortals a little bit, slowly. The Zerg was definitely the backbone here.
But
yeah.
He just doesn't have backup for that. I don't know where his money is going, but it's not on...
Right, maybe he's feeding it to the Zerg. I wish we could see that.
That's distinctly possible given the amount of things it has.
Yeah.
And Zerg's only on 4 bases.
Yeah, he's on 4, but I think he's only got 3
One mining one.
Oh, only 1? No, 2 mining.
Oh, no, I guess he's got 2.
2.
That one had more thought.
He mixed in those Hydra, which was a good mix here. Hydra lean roach, not a bad mix. You're going to fit out those roaches as the game progresses.
I'm going to thin out those roaches right about now.
Yeah, that is a huge army, a very, very respectable army he has, but not something that should be taken lightly, are your disruptors.
No. Not.
Oh, those vials, though. Ah!
I was quite proud of that little bit of micro I did there.
Oh, yeah. Not bad at all.
And now, my disruptor control is not, best in the world or anything, but...
Alright. You didn't kill too many of our units, which is something positive,
That's another big one, 9 go down, but...
My Vikings, took care of that Tempest finally. Yeah, he pushed you back on there, and I actually cleaned up the Protoss, pretty well here.
Which is huge, because Protoss is on Stargate tech with only 1 Stargate.
Right. We kept popping him back, that's for sure, but we got overwhelmed. Every time I would overextend, which I guess is the definition of the word, I would get punished for that. And I definitely got punished for it here. My poor little 4th base, which is really my 3rd mining. Yeah, my eco is in shambles. The whole latter part of this game. You finally established yours. Super saturated.
And a little bit oversaturated here.
And there's some of the Dark Templar we were talking about earlier. Being annoying, as they are. Son of a... One got away. And he comes back.
Never. I actually noticed that Dark Templar got away. I didn't think it would come back as immediately as it did.
Yeah, he didn't waste any time, did he? But, cost me a scan.
That is honestly the Protoss's biggest addition to this game, is sending this Dark Templars into our bases. Just causing a little bit of mayhem.
Right. Yeah, he constantly
did that.
And
here comes another really big disruptor. 10 kills on that one. Oof. Most of which being hybrids. Couple
very
of
nice,
kills.
yeah. Nice blink out of
back
the way
to
there.
Mile.
I like that, yeah.
And
I decided I might as well land them.
So, we don't actually know this. This is our first time going back to the replay. He does actually have a greater fire on the way. That is going to finish.
But I'm glad we held him off right there. Yeah, crippling that eco was what won us this game. If they had drug on, and they could have, I don't know who would have won. I mean, they gave up, I don't know, in my opinion, they gave up maybe a bit prematurely, but I don't know exactly what their economy was looking like at that moment.
I'm guessing, based on the damage we did towards the end of the game,
it must have
been the point where there was just no way they could hold our armies.
Yeah, I feel like that must have been what they felt like, at least, when they gave up.
We were losing workers to the DD, they were losing base.
Oh yeah, they were losing everything. They could, yeah. Big fight there. Oh, those disruptor blasts. Gosh. Yeah, they're more than worth their weight in gold. Those are incredible.
Although, one of the things I do have a habit of doing is once they fire their shot, just kind of leaving them to die.
You leave them there?
Ooh, this is going to be nasty.
I know. Oh yeah, this is a rough one. Oh, if only they can hit air, that would have been just GG right there. They would have been crippled, Kenny.
Although, despite the fact that they have a greater spire, they don't actually ever use it.
Yeah, they never do. I'm a couple Guardians, not Guardians, wow, a couple Guardians would be nice. And a couple of their, what do you call those now? They're not Guardians,
Broodlord.
Broodlord, yes, I don't know, I should know that. I play the game all the time, but, yeah. We're going back to StarCraft 1. They're Guardians, you know. They're gonna spit files down. Yeah, those little mines got a few shots off during this game. Maybe 10.
This choke right here that my arm is battle. Simply due to the fact that the Zerg enjoys shoving tons of units down there, which gives me a perfect choke for my disruptors.
Right. Yeah, they continuously came through that hole.
A little bit of a hotkey mess up there. I didn't actually need to fire that.
Yeah, we start really pressuring them in just a moment. The game turns a little bit. I get my 4th base a little bit, again, start making some money. Not a lot, but enough that I can think of an annoying, sickening Dark Templar. He went for the snipe on your disruptor, didn't he? I had no energy at that moment.
Yeah.
We clean them all up, though.
What the disruptors give you is that they keep killing my observers. I've made a couple of observers this game, and every time they just get sniped down by the corruptors.
Yeah, those corruptors were on a mission, and they kept the observers out of the way, which is smart, you know, knowing that they had the DT pressure from
kind of like classic strategy of in 1v1 Protoss and Phoenix Disruptor.
Not a bad move.
Or not Phoenix Dark Templar, not Disruptor.
That stasis ward was a little annoying, but it didn't do enough. You know, it didn't hold enough of our army that it was too serious. Yeah, this is definitely where we seal the deal, I think.
Both under 100 supply at this point.
Right. They had a nice little army. No denying it. No denying it. Oh! Disruptor blast again.
7 kills in total, 8 kills in total.
He took the hatchery really fast there.
Losing those with their weight and goal.
Yeah, I knew this poor command center. That must have been the 5th time it feels like that thing died.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give up and I just float my normal over. I'm like, forget it. Floating over.
But if we were to look at the income, Protoss is the only one that has any real income. In terms of income, this is essentially a 1v1 at this point.
Right?
It's been so delayed.
Certainly.
On both sides. And when it comes to 1v1ing Roach Hydra versus, you know, Blink Stalker, Disruptor, that's something that I can do quite easily. Bit of a nasty transfer of 30 probes over there, but I am able to,
oh yes, and this is where the carrier mixes different.
And here's where we see the first carrier.
Yeah. 1 Stargate, I think. All these carriers.
Hey, he's got a second one. Yeah. So, yeah.
Nobody can.
This much money, you should have like 5.
Alright, give me a moment.
Missed Disruptor shot, but I'm able to just chase them down. And we have overwhelmed their supply.
Yes, in this moment in time.
Although once again the DTs come in.
This is where we start winning. Yeah, this DT is being annoying. Get the repair, SCVs. Get their repair. And yeah, his hero carrier take a hit soon.
I'm absolutely that the Zerg is now mined out.
Yeah, he's
he
dry.
Has no money. He only has those 2 corruptors left.
Exactly.
So we hit at the perfect time where he had the greater fire, he had the corruptors, but he just did not have enough money to get into the rebuild.
Yeah, exactly. And once you kill this carrier, Protoss really has nothing left. And you take that base, and I see why they gave up now. They really were.
Yeah.
So I guess we actually beat them, you know, for real. I thought they gave up prematurely. I was like,
they
why did they just quit? Pretty much nothing.
Their army consists Protoss's army consists of 2 Dark Templar. Zerg's army consists of 10 Zerglings.
Yeah, not too good there.
And the thing is, you still have production. They aren't producing anything. These 10 Zerglings actually do a bit of damage. But if anything, these worker deaths help me bringing up supply. Like I'm using close to that.
Right, you constantly kept telling me you had too many workers.
Oh no, I'm down to 70 workers.
No! 70 workers! They got me down to 36. I won't even pretend that I wasn't hurt. But that's still more than the Zerg here.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this moment, they knew they were done. They had nothing left. No ability to push.
Here's where I get kind of frustrated with the... I guess I missed the time that I did that. I got frustrated one time with the Dark Templar and built like 5 cannons all at once. I think they then immediately got cancelled by the Zerg coming in.
Oh, they are. Okay, good.
And here we are coming up on the very end of the game. There's 1 Dark Templar left, and it's not enough. Not even.
Oh yeah, we won that one. All right, good game, Kenny. That was a pretty. I gotta say, it was a slugfest the whole way, though.
Totally.
All right, well, good. I'm gonna save it.